And we are live, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Focus. I am Laura Berman Forking, Master Credentialed Coach, 5-time best-selling author, and TEDx speaker. And today I'm here to talk about guilt. To guilt or not to guilt? That is the question. This is ripped straight from the headlines of coaching conversations that I had this week. I have one particular person who is feeling incredibly guilty because they are preparing to leave their job. How many of us have been in that position where we feel guilty leaving a job or disrupting a friendship or saying no to volunteering or saying no to something that somebody wants from us? Basically, anytime we're going to let somebody down or we think we're going to let somebody down, the guilt comes up. I've observed over the years that there's good guilt and there's bad guilt, like the good witch and the bad witch. Good guilt is the kind of guilt that's telling you that you might regret a decision. Like you have a relative somewhere and you're going to visit that city. And if you don't visit them, you will feel guilty because you're building a regret that you haven't put that relationship further up the food chain in terms of priority or that you haven't given it the time. Now, same scenario, what would bad guilt sound like? Bad guilt is when you say, I'm not a good sister, I'm not a good person, I'm not a good this, I'm not a good that, I'm a terrible that. That's the bad guilt. That means somebody else said so. That means you're living by somebody else's set of rules or priorities, like what a good person would do. Now, back to this scenario. I have somebody who is perfectly set up to step out of their job into a business that's theirs, needs more of their time. It's successful. There's not a lot of risk involved other than giving up that paycheck, but they feel guilty leaving this job because other people have jumped ship. So are they a bad person for leaving the company in a lurch? Good guilt or bad guilt? In this particular case, there's no need for regret. You are not responsible for somebody else's reaction to something that you want to do. I think that is probably the biggest thing to take away from this. Yes, there may be fallout, and yes, there may be circumstances, but there's no reason to stop yourself because you feel guilty. Good guilt or bad guilt? Will it form a regret, or is it just mishigas? That's Friday's focus. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon.